Hi, one question for you. How would you feel if I would tell you you need to submit the form that's on this page without using your mouse? So I would guess your first action would be to try and tab around until you get to the actual field, and then you can type in from the keyboard something, and then the email, and then the phone, and then a subject, and then some text, and then tap to the submit button and hit enter. So yeah, you would be correct. This is how you would do it. But another question, how would you do this in your automated test? So how would you make sure that your tabbing is working, that your test would be also usable, or not your test, your website would be also usable for a person that does not use a mouse? Well, by the end of this video, you will see how to do this in Cypress. So let's just go to Cypress. In Cypress, I just have, so I install Cypress. I have a small test which opens the web page, which we just saw. So if we run the test, we see that it opens the web page. Okay, so how would we start here? Well, what can we try? Well, my first impulse is, does Cypress have something like a tab? So can I do ci.tab? And let's just see, I added it here, and we go into the test, and it says, well, ci.tab is not a function. Okay, but I do know a way to make ci.tab actually available for us, and that is via an npm package. So there is this npm package, Cypress plugin tab, and to install it, it's really simple. Just to npm install -d, and then you have the plugin installed. I already did it for me, and to show you. So once you run this command, you just need to go into your IDE, go into package.json, and you should have such an entry here. It may be that you have a newer version, but at the time of this video, this is the current version available. So we're not done yet. I mean, you see that I have it installed, but I cannot use it. And why is that? Well, in order to use it, I have to make one small change in the index.js file, which is under support. So I have to do require. I have to require Cypress minus plugin dot, minus tab. So now that I have done that, I should be good to go. And let's go back to our Cypress test. And you can see that error message is gone and a tab was performed. Now, one tab was performed, but in order to reach this input fields, I would need a couple more tabs. So let's see, can I do again ci dot not zeb but tab? So let's see if I do a couple more, what will actually happen. So one tab there, one tab there, one tab there. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. So we can actually have so trigger a tab. Well, let's actually do it like this. It's not the most user, or not the most nice way from an aesthetic point of view, but it does the job. I mean, so let's see, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And what does 7 bring us? So we're almost there. And another one should do the trick. Okay, one more, I think, or maybe 2 more. Let's do 2 more, 1 and 2. Okay, we have, so we're now in the name. So how would we type here? Because what we want to do is we want to type something in the name field. So we can try and actually do ci.type and say this is a test. And that doesn't work. Well, it doesn't work because I mean, I would need a command, or I would need to tell Cypress I want to see it expects something like a get or something. It expects an element where Cypress can type, but there is a way to go a little bit around that. And the way to go around it is I can tell Cypress, so you are now in an element, yeah, and that is the focused element, and please type there. So let's see, and actually did the trick. So we tabbed a couple of times, and now we told Cypress in the element that you're currently focused on, perform this typing. And we can do the same, of course. I mean, if we do another tab now, we can enter an email. Well, let's do that. So we do again ci.tab, and then we do ci.focused, and we do type, and then let's say, oops, let's just say email, and that should put the email text there. Now we see, okay, we saw now how we can tab in, how we can write stuff in, but let me ask you this. What if we wanted to delete something? So to delete, let's say, the last letter, or differently said, what if we wanted to press or to simulate the pressing of backspace? That can also be done. And it's similar to what we did before. So we do ci.focus so that we can perform a type. And in the type, instead of entering actual text, we will have here backspace. And let's see if this works. No, it did not work. Why didn't it work? Because I forgot to put in the nice brackets here. So you see here we add email, and after the backspace, we are left. Okay, let me run it again. So the L is gone. Good, but what? So maybe we want to select the whole text and then backspace so that we basically clear it. So one could try to do something like ci.focused and then say type. In the type, we can do a mix of the control key plus A. Let's see if that brought us anything. No, it actually only typed the letter A in. If we want to select all that is in the focused element, there is actually a command for that. And that is, you might have guessed it, it's called select all. And let's just change this to, so we do a focused, so we do the select all, and then we do backspace. And let's just run the test because it's already run, but let's just do it. So it selected everything and then performed the backspace. Good. And now all that remains for us, because we already know now how to tab in, how to write, how to clear if you want. Let's see if we can simulate pressing enter here. So we do, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 tabs again. Just copy in because I'm a little bit lazy. And let's see if we're in the right element. We are there. And you might have guessed it, we do CI focused, and when we do the type, we say enter. And it didn't type, it didn't do the enter, because it's not type. So yeah, because you cannot type in here. But we can definitely achieve this. So what we need to do, instead of send on the send the enter to the focused element, we would need to actually get the element that is right here. Let me see what it has. Should be something really clear. So it has an ID, submit contact. So if we add that here, then and press enter, that, oops, let me close this one. That should actually perform the operation. But unfortunately, this one didn't do it as well, or either, to be more precise. Okay, let's try another way, the last way, the last, let's say, ace on my up my sleeve. So instead of doing type, there is in Cypress something called real press, and now we have it. Okay, so there you go. We saw how we can tab, how we can write into focused elements, and how we can press, and also how we can do different combination of keys or achieve selection of the whole text, backspace, and so forth. I hope you like this video. As always, thank you for watching it, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one, and bye-bye.